actually turning it all down because right now I will stop listening to the music and will focus on the actual casting. In order to cast I'm going to cast best of 5 between DauT and Liereyy. It seems that they played this on Friday, and this was sponsored by Art of the Troll. The total price was $50, and the two players had to play. It seems to be Arabia, and let's take a look on the civilizations that they went for. Okay, so we have DauT here on the left, Liereyy on the right. They're going to ban 2 civilizations each, and then going to pick 6 civilizations. Since they are going to pick 6, I suppose they each banned 1 of enemy civilizations. DauT start banning the Britons, makes sense, since Liereyy is really good using the ranged units. And Liereyy banned the Incas that are kind of cool encountering ranged units with the Eagles, and also have a great start. And he also banned the Burmese. So DauT banned the Britons and the Burmese, and Liereyy banned the Incas, and he banned the Mayans, which is interesting. He kind of banned the Meso civilizations. There is still one Meso civilization really strong to be picked, that are the Aztecs. So supposing that those players can ban 1 more civilization, this is what I can see by they both have 6. I suppose the one that picks Aztecs will get this civilization automatically banned. As for the draft, we have DauT with the Indians, then Liereyy goes for both Median and Huns. Now the Aztecs, as expected for DauT here. Let's see if we can go one more step. Aztecs and Berbers. Now Liereyy is going to pick more. He picks Ethiopians, Archer civilization, totally makes sense, and the Mongols. I like how Liereyy play with the Mongols. He's really aggressive, kind of fits his style, and I wish I could. I will probably learn a lot because I had some struggling playing with the Mongols last week. Magyars for DauT, and Slavs. I love Slavs. They are great. I like civilizations like the Slavs and the Celts. And now for Liereyy, it will probably be Franks, and the last one, Chinese. Yep. And now for DauT, the last one is the Koreans. Well, out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 civilizations for each player, both players will only use the maximum of 5 of them, so I believe that they both banned 1 civilization for each. I don't know what are those, but if I had to guess, I would guess that the Malians were banned and the Aztecs were banned. Anyway, that's a lot of ifs. So let's go for the first game and see how these guys actually play it. Those are the civilizations. Let me take a picture here so we can follow the draft. We don't know which civilization got banned. We might have this answer in the end of the series, but my speculation is that Liereyy banned the Aztecs and DauT banned the Malians. This is what makes more strategical sense, unless DauT was really fearsome of another one of those civs, but I don't think it's the case. Anyway, let's go for the games, changing the scenes, and let's start with game 1. Liereyy is playing here with the Franks, and DauT's playing with the Magyars. Interesting choices. Both are strong cavalry civilization. Both have strong bonus for going scouts, extra hit points for the Franks, extra attack for the Magyars. Same for the Castaway, free bloodlines for the Franks. Actually, 20 extra HP for the Franks, and free attack for the Magyars. This is really interesting. Both civilizations are... I expect a scout war out of this game, but the Magyars are a bit more flexible. In the opening, they could use their free forging bonus in order to attack with men at arms, but I don't think it's a good idea, especially against a good scouting civilization. So I'm expecting something close to a scout war. Liereyy has, let's analyze the maps a bit. I can see that Liereyy has a wood a bit far from the TC, and this is not good when you are fighting against scouts. The best scenario is to have your wood close to your TC, so in the worst case you can run with your villagers. His gold is really forward, it's hard to defend. This is a really hard map. They are playing Battle of Africa Arabia, so they are eating goats. And they have zebras and elephants in order to complete the total amount of food they need. Those elephants are also helpful in order to go scouts, since they have a few extra food that can mean in practice one more scout. So it's kind of an incentive. Both players are luring zebras. Liereyy lured one zebra, DauT is luring a first one here as well. DauT here has this easy to defend wood line, I would call. He just needs to make small walling here and his buildings are probably going to do the job. And his gold also is nice. It's on the back. He also has a second wood. I can totally see DauT walling small portions of his map on the early feudal age and having a complete full walled map here. So good map for DauT in my opinion. Also to go back here. The worst thing that his map could have are two stones there. But even if Liereyy tried to put a tower and take his stones away, it doesn't take away the fact that he can totally wall himself. So DauT has the better map for the first game in my opinion. Liereyy lured actually two zebras. DauT is lured just one, but this second one here is in a great spot in order to get it during feudal. Liereyy is going up real quick with the Franks. Thanks to the luring of the zebras and the food of the elephant, he's being able to go with pop 20, 19 villagers, and DauT is doing a more regular build order with pop 22. Dividing his wood workers here into woods, already walling parts of his map, so forward wouldn't be a problem for him right now, and it's actually not Liereyy's plan. Actually, Liereyy is sending a villager forward. I don't know if he's going to make a tower here in one of DauT's woods. It's probably this. I don't know in each one. He tried to deny the barracks from DauT. He could do it for some time, but DauT is going to send more villagers there and probably complete the barracks. DauT's also closing the right side of his map. Liereyy trying to snipe a villager. He couldn't. He failed to do this. A lion attacked the villager that Liereyy was trying to send. He was probably going to take one of the woods out of DauT. Well man, it didn't work, sorry. Liereyy started to building here. Maybe in the long run he could wall his map, but on the beginning this will be a really hard map to defend. And he couldn't use the advantage of the faster up. So I don't know how Liereyy is going to act right now. There's another advantage here. The bonus for DauT is more versatile because it also affects the spearman line. So right now guys, with 12 minutes and 42 seconds, DauT's fully walled. He's doing scouts, he's even sending his spearman forward here in order to do damage to Liereyy. Liereyy is trying to come here for the gold, but he's going to have problems because DauT is also bringing the spearman. Let's see how this first engage go, both players going scouts. Okay, DauT waited and tried to engage with his spearman, took a bit of the HPs from Liereyy. Liereyy has now two scouts with really low HP, and DauT has only one scout with a bit injured, so I see some advantage here for DauT. Okay, DauT now also making the bloodlines for the Magyar, so he's going to have the full lineup. Liereyy is doing a good job here, actually walling his base from DauT. These palisades and houses are going to do the trick. They are tricky. They are not easy to defend. If DauT force with some knights, there's an extensive wall, hard to wall behind. So this will just buy enough time for Liereyy not to be raided and reacting time. But that's not the best wall. Okay, so DauT's now trying to force the upper hill against Liereyy, who has 4 spearmen, 5 spearmen on the defense, which is great. DauT's trying to go for the wood. Liereyy didn't fall for that. Liereyy is abusing of the number of spearmen here in order to help his defense. Both players are going castle. Liereyy is even going faster than DauT here. He did let scouts and didn't do the bloodline. He didn't have to. So he's getting a more defensive approach. And he has a good number of spearmen. Let's see now. DauT try to engage. Good, keep walling for Liereyy. Both players engaging. It seems that DauT is getting some advantage of the scouts, but Liereyy just got castle, so he's going to be able to make knights. His knights are already trying to follow the scouts, and he's trying to make a town center on the wood line, which will leave only the gold to defend, while DauT doesn't have any kind of problem like this. Both players are going with 2 stables for castle age. DauT now in castle, 21 minutes, really good time considering the amount of army he did. And he's playing really aggressive. A second town center attempt here for Liereyy, losing a few villagers. The villager advantage actually is much greater for DauT because I totally missed it, but DauT succeeded in killing villagers here with the scout. Let's count. We have 1 villager down here, 2, 3, 4, 5 villagers at least. Not considering the idle time. 1 more villager there on the town center. Well, this all added means that Liereyy is now 10 villagers behind DauT. DauT is forcing some knights, some Magyar knights. They are really strong units because with the +2 upgrade for the armor, they are fully upgraded knights. Liereyy has no upgrade for the knights. He only has 1 attack, so he's trying to rely on the numbers. He has no monastery. His town center seems to be going idle soon because his farms are not enough to keep both knights and villager production, while DauT is just now adding the second town center. He knows he has a good villager advantage, so this is not an issue. And I don't think the town centers from Liereyy are going to give him the time he needs. DauT's even sneaking, making Liereyy to retreat his villagers to the town center. This map is totally killing him. But I believe he should have adopted a more aggressive stance, especially on feudal, in order to avoid DauT to freely choose where to focus and where to attack. Now he's trying to put up some monks. DauT already bringing his monks as well, getting relics, bringing more and more monks, doing an advanced town center, and this will secure the 3rd gold. This is a good town center for DauT. The Liereyy's golds are both together on the left side, which is not good to defend, especially because they are under hill. DauT's trying to attack, Liereyy defending now, upgrading his knights. So now he will probably be able to engage. And as I said, this is a big issue in the defense. I totally spotted this weakness on Liereyy's defense. This wall is really big and it's hard to defend, especially when you have monks behind. So trying to wall behind was not possible, and right now DauT's going to join his base. If not, he's at least taking out a few villagers and forcing Liereyy to engage before he finished both upgrades of the +2 and husbandry for his knights. So this will be a bad engagement if Liereyy does it. Or he can just lose more and more villagers as he's doing right now. He's having idle time, he's running, his monks are not converting, DauT's raiding on both sides. Now running from the monks, getting together. This is really bad for Liereyy. The villager advantage is increasing. DauT's having more and more villager advantage. He's even adding now a university. He's getting gold from all 3 sources. His woodlines are safe. He has a good number of farms. He's going now to add the 4th stable. Liereyy is still with only 2, trying to rely on his monk micro and trying to stonewall his base, but he's not going for the gold yet. Unless Liereyy put a really good comeback here, the game is totally from DauT's right now. But Liereyy is trying to expect his monks to do the job. DauT's even now adding a barracks, so he probably is going to trade. to change knights into halberdiers. That's his plan, but he keep knights, he's doing more stables. Engagements here are tricky for both players. Liereyy could get a few good conversions here. And he's still putting pressure on DauT, but it seems to me that DauT it has... Actually, he did 9 conversions, that's great. But it still seems to me that his numbers are not enough to keep the pressure on DauT, and DauT with few monks and now turning into pikemen is going to avoid any kind of raiding. And if Liereyy fails on doing raidings here, he is probably just going to resign as soon as he sees that DauT is hitting the Imperial Age. So he had to win this fight by a great amount in order to make at least this town center to stop and put DauT a bit backwards. Liereyy is trying to build a castle here in order to defend both goats, that's a good strategy. He's trying to put pressure, but he's getting outnumbered by DauT, and he just called it GG. The map was really unfair in this one. DauT had a great advantage while Lierey's map was hard to defend. Even being hard to defend, I believe that Liereyy kind of underestimated the scouts of DauT. He wanted a faster castle, but he paid this price in villagers. I don't know if it was worth it. Anyway, it was a sad game. It was a hard map to put walls, it was hard to defend. He couldn't counter raid DauT, so yeah, it was sad. Anyway, 1-0 for DauT. Map playing a great role in this situation here. Let's go for second game. Second game starting. And now we have Liereyy playing with the Ethiopians and DauT with the Koreans. That's interesting. Ethiopians have bonus that helps them to make a stronger feudal push with the free food and gold. They can either go for a rush and a good fast castle if they have the map for it, or they can abuse of the power of the gold, the extra gold, to go fast archers, to go men at arms. So they are basically a military civilization which has bonus in using archers, especially crossbowmen, since they far faster. And rush and men at arms could be good weapons of this civilization. DauT here on the other side with the Koreans has of course his main strength in the towers, and this map is kind of helping DauT a bit because the closer the players are, the best is to use towers because they can be used by both attacking and defend. The villagers don't have to walk great distances, so DauT can kind of choose where to put the towers. One good tower here and he takes one stone and one gold for Liereyy already. Liereyy is trying to do a few walls. 4 villagers on the wood, he can go either rush or men at arms, I don't know what he's going to do. DauT will probably go for the towers if he is doing the obvious, because there's no bonus that he can abuse in order to fight army against army. Yep, he's going feudal, he's going to be ready soon, and he's sending 5 villagers forward, making a barracks. Liereyy spotted him already. DauT made a militia, he's making towers, 1 tower there. Ooh, good defense for Liereyy here with the men at arms and the palisade gate. He just killed the villagers from DauT. This was a great defensive move. DauT was a bit greedy in that tower. He's bringing more towers. He's taking away some of Lierey's spots. But Liereyy will probably succeed in getting these stones safe. There's a safe gold here on the back, so another one. I think that with a stone, wood and gold safe, the Korean might have some problem because DauT map is not the best to defend here. Anyway, horse collar for Liereyy. He's abused of the bonus of the Ethiopians for going men at arms without having to add a lumber camp. A mining camp, sorry. That was great. He's defending for the towers. He stopped the advance from DauT. DauT's trying to get Liereyy from the back. That was a good one. If Liereyy is not too careful, he might get out of space and maybe out of wood here, but he's doing a defensive tower. But there's no units to counterattack DauT, only now archer range in order to go a few crossbowmen on the castle age. DauT here has no towers to defend himself, since he knows that Liereyy is not doing army, so he might struggle if a 5 crossbows came here to raid him, since he has no towers yet on home. DauT's trying to make more and more towers here to attack. Liereyy defending with the archers, great defense. Traded a few archers in order to stop DauT's tower. DauT now is going to castle, Liereyy is already on castle and make the crossbowman. Another TC, so he's going to outboom DauT by successfully defending in 2 occasions. Liereyy has the villager lead here, and that's a great advantage. DauT's making a defensive tower, there's nothing to defend his wood is also in a bad spot, so the counterattack of a few crossbows might be deadly. And he's also making a siege, so he might be able to take down the towers. Okay, here comes the re-knocking here of Liereyy with a few crossbows. DauT's trying to make now a Sig Workshop. Liereyy is trying to kill the guard towers with the brands. The problem here is that if DauT succeeds in defending with the brands, he will keep the map control, and he can use this map control in order to deny Liereyy the resources he needs. He killed one tower, he's going to the other way, he killed the villager. Liereyy with the mangonel trying to stop the crossbowman. Now with 2 mangonels, 2 towers down already. He's trying to put the mangonels there in order to save the runs, okay. And now the mangonels killed the runs, but Liereyy was smart to hide a stable. I didn't even saw this stable hide here. Made only 2 knights with +1, and those knights were able to snipe the mangonel. On DauT's base, he's doing town centers, he's doing towers, he'll probably start a few monks here to defend from the few knights, and DauT is even attacking the towers from Liereyy. Liereyy is in a bad spot here because he needs to make the runs, he needs to make the stables. If he doesn't take out the towers from DauT from each one, at least one side, he will get gold starved soon because he cannot eat his secondary gold or his primary gold. But here comes a run, probably with this objective of killing the tower, and there's no mangonel there to defend the towers, so he got a solid plan. He has the villager advantage, he was booming 2 TCs. He's trying to raid out, the towers are defending, but they are not so great defending from knights. Another town center coming for DauT. And the left side was totally cleaned by a few runs and knights. That's the problem with the Koreans. Liereyy also trying to clean the right side, only 1 tower left. He's selling resources, now taking the gold. Gold's not a problem anymore. He also securing his stone after he takes down this tower. DauT's trying to boom, Liereyy making the hand card already. His economy is going to fly right now, and he's going Imperial. DauT's in trouble, he didn't put enough pressure, no army apart from a few mangonels and a few monks. And with a few knights and mangonels, a really well thought counter, Liereyy was able to stop the towers. But DauT still have the map control there, he's going Imperial. I don't know what he's going to do. Liereyy made a castle, the castle changes everything, 1 trebuchet here and he can clean those towers. DauT going for a back castle here, attacking with onagers. Liereyy going for a lot of light cavs, now Russars, and these will be bad for DauT because monks won't stop numbers. The numbers here are great allies of Liereyy. Bracer coming for DauT, the runs might kill. The castle and the towers are going to deal with the Russars, but maybe they just do curate the opening necessary for the runs to kill the towers. Trebuchets are cleaning everything here. I don't see any attempt of army. Now the first archery range for DauT. He's going to use a few villagers and stop with the runs. The towers and the castle is really powerful. But Liereyy can counter raid here with the Russars. He's also expanding his base, his economy to the left side, making more stables. Trebuchets cleaned a few of the towers. DauT has a good position to trap war, but maybe he gets his traps sniped by Liereyy. He's now doing crossbowmen. I don't see any answer of Liereyy for the arbalest because the Ethiopian cavalry are not great. They have no bloodlines, and if I'm not mistaken, they don't have the +4 upgrade. Yep, they don't. So the arbalests from DauT can totally counter the Russars once they are slightly messed. The only point here is that DauT has a really open map, and Liereyy is getting more map control. He has the villager advantage. He might try to use this in order to raid DauT back, and he has trebuchets enough here to take down the towers. Let's see how this will go. This is a really interesting game. I can see Liereyy turning the game, but DauT still holds his position. The map control here is key, and DauT's coming here to make a castle. This will be a great asset for defending. Even after losing this, DauT will still have the hill advantage. Here comes the arbalests. As I said, they really cleaned the Russars. Those towers are strong a lot. The trebuchets are having to fall back. Liereyy only now adding the tumbling. Now he's going for the arbalests, but he's finishing to eat the gold. The extras are at the hand of DauT. The main gold is at the hand of DauT. This is an awesome play for DauT, but Liereyy is doing his best here. I don't know how this will end. All that I know is that those arbalests are giving Liereyy a hard time, but Liereyy is still getting some damage here on DauT's base because the arbalests got outnumbered for a second. A keep tower here forward. 2 keep towers. This is a great offensive move by DauT. Those keep towers are mini castles, to be honest, and they have a great range, so he can totally stop the arbalests with the keeps. Look at this. Liereyy stopped the DauT from building, but he has no trebuch. Oh, here come the traps. Okay. Liereyy is countering, but DauT's still attacking. This is really interesting game of how the Korean fights and the struggle of fighting a good Korea. And now the problem of Liereyy will start. He will have to rely on trash units. He's even upgrading the elite skirmishers because after those arbalests, there's nothing else for Liereyy to do. He has no gold. For the first time in the game also, DauT has the villager lead, and he's even adding more barracks here. I don't know how this will end, but right now I don't think those 6 or 8 Russars are going to be a big game changer for Liereyy, especially now that they are getting shot by arbalests and they are reduced to the ashes. But Liereyy is trying to advance on the left side, and the skirmishers, believe it or not, can counter this army from DauT because they are only arbalests, and skirmishers are a good counter. This will be a decisive fight. If DauT holds this, his win. If Liereyy wins it, maybe DauT is in big trouble. Oh my god, this is a decisive fight. Both players are still fighting here. DauT's retreating a bit, now turning into skirmishers as well. Both economies are really look-alike, but DauT has the map control advantage of the right side. If he gains control of this hill, the game is probably over, because Liereyy last shot is relying on this gold mine here. DauT still has plenty of gold on his back, but not all the gold in the world is going to help him against a massive army of skirmishers, but the runs are. And now DauT is coming with runs, and this is a problem for Liereyy. Runs are great to change the games. No answer from Liereyy on the right side. DauT now with hill control, SIG units, getting more numbers, even upgrading a few. Russars probably, the runs are here following. Liereyy is trying to survive, do his micro, but even with a good micro, DauT still has the high ground. And now Liereyy has no more gold to collect. He's only relying on Russars, and those are bad Russars, and Skirmishers, which are okay. DauT's trying to build a sick workshop here. I just feel that if DauT buy a castle or something here... Oh no, it's not gonna work, huh? Since there's those traps. Anyway, DauT keeps advancing. Now he's spamming light caps and halberdiers. Liereyy was trying to ride on the left side but was denied. The fight keeps here on the right side but on the left, but DauT still, in my opinion, with the advantage due having gold as an option and those siege here. Oh my god, look at this. This single capped run here just put the traps down. Two of them are down. Liereyy is trying to get the second extra gold. DauT just found out and is denying it. DauT now advancing with capped run on both sides. Liereyy trying to go for a few pikemen. Liereyy still doing his best to do the skirmishers, but he eventually died here due having no gold. DauT just spotted and was doing a tower there. He would soon be wood starved as well, since he was getting this wood here that was close to the fight and there would not be many options. So this was a great game. I once again think that the map helped DauT. Being really close to your enemy just means that once you put a few towers between you and him, you just won yourself a corner, and that's what DauT did. And later, the hills were great for him to defend. He was uphill. So map was good, but the map is only as good as the player using it, and DauT used it in the best way possible. So great game, well played. This was nice. Heart of Troll. No, it's not live. It's the show match that you sponsored, man. I couldn't catch it live. I didn't saw an announcement, but I'm really interested in show matches. Anyway, by the way, Art of Troll, if you could tell us, did they had to ban one civilization for each? Because I was speculating here from the draft that they both have 6 civilizations, and if they do so, I believe that they both banned one civilization, and I believe that Liereyy would ban the Aztecs and DauT would ban the Malians. Am I overthinking here, or was there any rule of this kind? Anyway, they just used the Magyars, they just used the Koreans, they just used the Ethiopians, the Franks. DauT did a great game. I also think that I'm sponsoring one every week. That's nice, man. I do want to play one. I don't feel like I have the skills to do it right now. I'm really inactive and I'm losing to random 2K players. You probably could find better candidates to do so. Have a Civ draft. That's nice. Anyway, this was the second game, 2-0 for DauT, and I honestly think that having a civilization with really bad horses was totally not cool here for Liereyy. The Koreans are great. Ethiopians have good infantry. They have good archers, but man, they are totally doomed against towers, and having to fight under fire is really bad for them. So the best option here was use bloodline knights with no bloodlines. So it was really bad game. DauT could keep Liereyy off until Imperial Age by only using a few towers and a few mangonels. Fighting towers is really sad, and I have noticed that there are 2 players that are really in bad spot when they fight towers. Liereyy is one of them and DauT is the other one. What makes me, I don't know, think that there's some pattern in this is that both of those players are really micro oriented and they are great when fighting with army against army, but they both struggle when fighting against this. Maybe, but I like it. Well, shouldn't. Let's go for the third game of this series. And now they are using Mongols for Liereyy and Berbers for DauT. Man, it seems that DauT is being really, I don't know, lucky here with the choices after the draft. Okay, the first, let's just make some summary until now. In the first game, DauT had the Franks and a great wall map, and he had to fight the Magyars. Magyars are a good knight civilization, but Franks are Franks, and DauT eventually, oh, actually it was the opposite. DauT had the Magyars and Liereyy had the Franks, and I believe that the Magyars have more flexibility with their upgrades. They have one more attack when hitting with their army. The spearman is also good, and they can even trade for a combination of halberdiers and half-cav archers on Imperial, so I find the Magyars a good counter to the Franks, or at least is a fair trade between both civilizations, but DauT had the edge because of the map. In the second game, DauT with the Koreans totally owned by playing in the right way. Even after two good moves from Liereyy on the feudal, DauT could still keep the advantage, so it was a great game by DauT, and eventually he won 2-0. Liereyy tried to play his best, but was not possible. Anyway, now we are going to on the third game, and once again I think that Civ Draft is good for DauT because the Berbers are really good to fight the Mongols. In my opinion, the Mongols are going to have, of course, that small advantage on the uptime and on the early feudal as they have against any civilization, but the Berbers will totally own them in numbers on castle by going for more camels, more knights, forcing the Mongol to keep it going army, which is really bad for the Mongol. And eventually, in the end, the Berber have the perfect counter to the Mangudai. And of course the janitor option if everything goes wrong. But I wouldn't underestimate the power of the Mongols in the hands of Liereyy because it totally suits his style. So let's see. As for the map, Liereyy for the first time has a really solid map with backwood and back main gold. The first time the map is okay for him. Still not so good to wall or to defend, but it's a fair map. There it can be towered, it can be target. I can totally see he defending until going castle, and he's going for a 19 population up, probably to go scouts. He's luring a few zebras. The hunt bonus is increased by using the elephants. DauT here with 2 lumber camps. His map is also pretty good. He is walling, his wood line is going to be safe, his berries are already palisade walled. He has a spearman, and now the task of raiding DauT is a really hard one because he's finishing this wall, he's having scouts, spearmen. So despite doing a great uptime, once again the map's not being so helpful, and DauT is doing a good wall here and will be able to defend him from the early raidings of the Mongols, which are their biggest strength. DauT walled, 2 spearmen, doing scouts, spamming farms. Same for Liereyy, even completing his walls now with houses. He's still attempting to raid DauT, and he passed just under the town center, but with 3 spearmen following, no time to take any hit on any villager. So even with this good number of scouts, the raidings are not being effective. DauT's defending using the minimum. Now he's even going for archery range. Interesting. You thinking of going for archers? Probably. DauT going for gold, will probably try a switch for archers. She's just following the scouts from Liereyy and finishing to wall. Liereyy will eventually try to, I don't know, go inside or just hide his scouts. He's adding a few archer range, also a blacksmith and a few skirmishers. But Liereyy is already going up, did a great job on his economy. DauT was not able to counterattack, he only has 2 scouts. Liereyy still knows that DauT has these 2 archer ranges here, and with doing a few skirmishers he can totally defend this. In my opinion, Liereyy is the best player when it comes to use this specific strategy, going scouts with the skirmisher defense. So I really like the way he uses it. With those few skirmishers he can micro and kill the spearmen even if they are numerous like these ones, and finish the job with the cavalry. So let's see how DauT will do it. He defended for now, but I don't see any kind of reaction, and he's open. If he doesn't pay enough attention, he might have his economy hurt here. DauT going forward. A big number of spearmen here to help him. Liereyy not being lucky, getting his skirmishers attacked by a lion and a scout, but he's not going to lose any skirmisher. DauT knows he's going back, he doesn't want to fight right now. DauT is in a really small space, so this might be harder to defend from on Castle Age. Liereyy has 2 town centers already, he's overbooming, making knights. I really love this approach here of few skirmishers and full knights. It kind of breaks the power of the few spearmen, but now with these numbers and pikeman upgrade, which is not a common thing to see, DauT seems to be starting to abuse of the advantage of the Berbers on the castle. Liereyy started to overboom him by a bit by adding these second town centers, now trying to go for a Sig workshop. And DauT is even adding a second stable, so he might trade for a few knights, maybe even camels. They are really cheap for the Berber. The skirmishers are going down, so are the scouts, the knights are raping them. Liereyy has a good number of knights. Ooh, but this shot was not that good. With the mangonel, maybe he can do a good shot and take away the rest of DauT army, but as time goes, the DauT army become more and more troublesome because he has more massed crossbowmen and he is now having a few cavalry, and oh my god, it seems to me that he's going to find Liereyy going for the 30C. This will settle the villager difference. Look at this. Oh, that was a great timing. He put 2 villagers down. Liereyy got denied a bit, he's being attacked. A market now for Liereyy. And he was delayed on his 3rd town center. Villager wise, Liereyy is still ahead, but army wise, I think that DauT has the stronger army. But 2 mangonel shots can change everything, so it will all depend on the engagement. Oh, good shots for Liereyy. The numbers got gravely down here by DauT. I think that if Liereyy keeps defending like this and using the mangonels as he's using, he might be just fine for later castle age. Okay, but DauT has camels. He's going for the mangonels. He took the mangonels and now the skirmishers and the camels are putting Liereyy back. Liereyy keep adding stables. Right now he has 3 stables, going for the 4th one. He took the fight. He wanted to fight out. The villager number is now getting closer for both players. Liereyy was denied his 3rd town center and he didn't do it anywhere else. He's trying to fight. He took a good fight and DauT lost his ranged units. So right now the ranged unit advantage is not for DauT anymore. DauT is trying to trade for camels and cavalry archers. Interesting. While Liereyy keeps full knight. Knights going there. Liereyy is once again going for his 3rd town center on the gold. The villager number is getting closer. DauT is having camels. Liereyy is having knights. It seems to me that the Berber might have the better army, but Liereyy is taking the best fights here. I don't know if he loses a fight, but until now, game seems better for Liereyy. Good defense. No more crossbowmen. Now adding a few camels. Starting to get stone. Is DauT on stone? Yep, he is as well. So he might trade for camel archers, which are great. And oh, here's the castle for camel archers. This castle will also be bad for Liereyy because there's a third gold here of Lierey's that will be right under the castle, so he will have 1 gold less than DauT. And this seems like an advantage for DauT. I don't know what to think. But he's getting relics, he's raiding, he has a few more villagers. DauT's going Imperial Age already. This situation is really bad for Liereyy. So DauT's doing a great game. DauT has fort on centers, he's booming. He has the control of the extra gold, he's going for camel archers which totally counter the mango dice and the cav archers, which are 2 of Mongo's greatest weapons. Liereyy also go Imperial. This draft is really bad. One civilization that I wouldn't like to fight as Mongols are the Berbers. Liereyy is still defending, putting a castle on the hill. He knows he has 1 less gold, I don't know how he's going to play it. He has the access to this extra gold. The other one is in a bad spot. DauT's attacking. Liereyy trying to defend here, but... Ooh, okay, he engaged here against the camel and the camel archers. But those already have the bracer. Liereyy is trying to go for full camels, heavy camels. He's trying to use camels against the Berbers, the camel sieve. Interesting. I think he's getting out of options here, and the camel archers are really great. But DauT is just lost a good pack of them. The numbers are right now saving Liereyy. He might go for what? Arbalests? Interesting. I would never expect arbalests. And there's a forward castle here on the hill, a really well positioned castle here by Liereyy that can maybe give him some good territory to fight against DauT's castle. Those trebuchets, I don't know. I'm against pushing a castle with less than 4 trebuchets. I don't know if Liereyy is going to push. All that I know is that he's turning into arbalests. He's playing the Mongols without the mango dice because that's the way against the camel archers. DauT's going to raid his gold, but Liereyy just ate his gold, so there's no more gold apart from the extra one for Liereyy. Both players have a great number of villagers. Liereyy now losing a lot of those. Arbalests, ballistics. DauT just spotted the castle, the well-positioned castle of Liereyy. The second one comes here. Despite having lost his gold to DauT, Liereyy is doing a good job in getting more map control on the left side. And here come the big pack. Ooh. The arbalests are doing the damage. 3 trebuchets, but the camel archers are not mango dice, so they cannot just snipe those traps. DauT's having to prepare his castle, trying to defend with the trebuchet. But he's fighting uphill. Liereyy now bringing monks, trying to fight with arbalests and light cap. And that's actually a good fight. He could take down a lot of the camel archers, and now the numbers are favoring Liereyy. Once again, he's winning by numbers with a combination of arbalests and light cap. Man, unusual combination in my opinion. And Liereyy is winning the travel war on both sides. Here was expected with the hill advantage, and here even under hill he's fighting against a strong army and taking down the castle. That's a great fight for him. He's taking down the camel archers, using the blue swords as a mid shield, as the light caps as a mid shield. Great fighting. Man, I really admire how he's putting a fight against the Berbers. I would totally give this game to DauT after all that I've seen. He was denied his early advantage, he was denied his best unit, he was severely attacked on the castle by 2 counters of knights. Liereyy still fight, DauT still fending, both DauT castles are surviving. Liereyy has now only 1 trebuchet pushing. He'll probably go back, he lost his push against DauT. The push on the left side is at risk as well, only 2 trebuchets still attacking. DauT now adding a lot of resources. DauT now has the army and the numbers. This sounds bad for Liereyy. DauT still has 4 castles. He just took down a lot of Lierey's trebuchets. This was probably all his investment on gold. And now the camel archers are raiding. Villagers' number are going down. Liereyy is still trying to defend with arbalest and light cap. Oh my god, this is really a struggle. I don't know what he's planning, because even if DauT loses the gold or eat all the gold, he will still have the best resource in cost effectiveness. He can keep a pack of those alive for a long time, and he can even go for the janitors in order to kill those arbalests. Here comes Liereyy once again, trying to push on the middle. DauT repaired those castles for long. He's now losing the forward castle that he had on the left side. The push is real. Good number of arbalests, good number of of light caps. 4 trebuchets, that's the way, as I told you. You never push a castle with less than 4 trebuchets. That's a rule. And he's losing the trebuchet. He doesn't have the numbers anymore. He's going to the real. Maybe here on the real he can get a good fight. Now he upgraded the resource, so he's doing a good job. Liereyy is doing a great job. He lost his castles, but he's expanding resource non-stop to raid DauT. DauT doesn't have the control of the right corner, of the top corner, and the bottom corner still belongs to Liereyy. So even despite having the stronger army and being spamming a lot of roosters and camel archers, Liereyy still has the control of 3 corners here. Now things might change with this approach here of DauT. He's fighting uphill, but the arbalests are proving to be a good weapon against those dudes here. DauT spamming, Liereyy trying to raid. This is a great game. Liereyy killing light caps like they were nothing. Running after the camel archers. What I feel that DauT is not doing here is to make damage on Lierey's economy or siege. There is no raiding, there is no siege. That's why Liereyy keeps on the game, and he needs to attack. He did all the best moves, he defended well, only lost 1 castle, but wow, what else now? And Liereyy is raiding his wood line. There's this backwood here that is still safe, this is one as well. DauT is losing dozens of villagers here. Liereyy now losing several numbers to DauT on the left side, on the right side, to the camel archers. Big fight against the camel archers, and Liereyy is taking down the camel archers with the arbalests. Go for the relics. Returning here with the roosters. Believe it or not, the game is still open. I would think that DauT had the game by the moment he put the castle there forward, but Liereyy is defending. DauT is now trying to go for the top corner. Liereyy reacting with the roosters. Trying to wall, trying to defend better the other side. Both players have a smaller number of villagers than they had. They have like 30 villagers less than they had on the full potential of their Imperial Age. Liereyy keeps raiding. DauT's taking down the town center, which will be really bad. There's a lot of villagers being protected by this town center here. Both military counts is still good for both players. Liereyy might advance to this hill here. Oh my god. He's doing it. Oh, that was a bad advance. DauT has what he wanted. Unprotected arbalests far from home and not protected by enemy shield. And the villager count is now getting bad for Liereyy. Relic wise, he has 3, okay. He's trying to raid DauT, but right now DauT is doing a better job, taking down the town center, raiding at his home. But DauT didn't upgrade the Roosters yet, or the +4. So the Roosters for Liereyy are a bit more dangerous right now. They're a bit stronger than the light caps from DauT. A pause, they continuing. This is a really long game, both players with less than 100 villagers. Once again, Arbalest fighting the Camel Archers. I didn't expect the Arbalest to put such a fight against the Berbers. Okay, both players trying to reboom. Villager count still low for both players. Liereyy riding on the top side. DauT trying to ride here as well. I think that the mobility that DauT has with the Camel Archers should be used here. And maybe with Hussars and more, I don't know, spamming, he could have been doing a good job. For the first time, Liereyy with a full army of Arbalests on the offense and on a good spot. Protected by Hussars on a big hill. I don't know what DauT's going to try to do here, but there's no siege, so no reason to get desperate about it. DauT trying to raid, Liereyy as well, both players trying to raid. Oh, sorry, big engagement here, and DauT seems to be winning. Or not. Or not. I thought that DauT would win because I couldn't see more Arbalests. The Hussars are upgraded, and the biggest mistake of DauT here is that he didn't upgrade his Hussars, man. And this is costing him the game. Even having more villagers, he is losing the battles. I cannot see any pack of Camel Archers right now. It seems that the nerf was good. Neither of those civilizations have halberdiers, so it's hard to stop. The one with more Hussars will basically win this game if there's no more units like the Camel Archers, Arbalests or Camels or anything. Liereyy is doing a good job. DauT is getting at the town center. For the first time, the villager count is better in favor of Liereyy. Man, this is a great game. That's exactly how I love to play on Imperial. Lots of Hussars raidings everywhere. I can even see some camel sounds here, so there's a few brave camels here for Liereyy, and DauT got crushed. Even with 3 castles defending his base, Liereyy could put a good pressure. I don't know how to analyze this. DauT had the Camel Archers, so he blocked the chances of Liereyy, but Liereyy invested in the Arbalests, and DauT failed to attack him harder or to take control of 3 corners, and this is really bad for defending. Having 3 corners to attack totally puts you at an advantage, and the strategical castle from DauT was the only thing preventing Liereyy from advancing here. So against all the odds, Liereyy winning here against the Mongol. That's nice. That was a really interesting game by Liereyy. I enjoy it. Still 2-1 for DauT. Let me go for the draft once again. Let's check the civilizations. They have used the Koreans, the Magyars, the Berbers now for DauT and Men. I wouldn't to be honest, if I had to fight the Mongols of Liereyy, I wouldn't want any other civilization than the Berbers. So I don't know what went wrong here. I really don't know. And there's a follower here. No, Halber's roasting me. Thanks, Halber. Spanish Jesus is also sponsoring my channel. Thanks a lot. Anyway, those are the civilizations left for the 4th game. Let's take a look. It's Malians for Liereyy and Slavs for DauT, so I guess the Huns were banned here. The Aztecs were banned, and now we are seeing the confront between Slavs and Malians. That's interesting. I don't know which civilization can be best here. Those 2 civilizations are great additions of the expansions. They have sick economical bonus, and they are, because of this, they are really flexible. Both have bloodlines, both have crossbows, so they both can be used as infantry, ranged or cavalry civ, especially for the late game. On the late game, neither of those civilizations have great archers, so most of the fight they are flexible in the castle, and on the Imperial they are both infantry and maybe cavalry civilizations. A bit more siege for the Slavs, a bit more cavalry for the Maidens. Really, I don't know which one I would rather use in this case. I think there are fair civilizations to fight each other, but I still think that the bonus of the wood from the aliens is a bit better than the farms. That's how I feel. For example, Liereyy is already getting use of the bonus, while DauT, by not having farms, doesn't have access to the bonus yet. So the bonus is easier to fill than the Malian, and maybe I should use the correct scene to cast this, as some people are pointing. It's much better, huh, guys, if I use this. I agree. I totally agree with you. It's much better if I put on the full screen. Anyway, we didn't miss much. Liereyy has 4 villagers on the wood, which means that he might have the inclination of going for either Drush or Man-at-Arm. DauT has only 3 villagers here on the wood, which means that he might go for the scouts. We are once again on Lierey's point of view. He was defending from the scout of DauT, and for one guy that wants to go scout, have your scout beaten like this, it's not good. Fast barracks here from Liereyy because of the Malian bonus, so it's being put to proof. He has let me analyze a bit his map. He's getting now the elephant. His gold's there. He can kind of wall here. There's a big portion of wood on the back. It's not the easiest map to wall, but it's defendable, and there's no resources here at a big risk, so it's a good map. As for DauT, backwood is always good. Oh! Both scouts are half HP. DauT has this forward barrels here. His gold is in the open wide on the right side. I don't know what to expect. Maybe Liereyy has a slight advantage here. I don't know if I can say this. You changed the scene back, did I? Oh, sorry guys, it was the AOC one that I wanted. I fucked it up, sorry. Now, with the correct scene, at least before the first fight, huh? Here comes the militia from the Liereyy. As expected from his build order, he wanted an approach with either militia or Man-at-Arm, and DauT is going for the scout approach. He's doing a greedy wall here, but this greedy wall is not going to save him for this fast rush on the mill here. Liereyy putting a second lumber camp, going for the gold. So this means that Liereyy is going for ranged units. DauT's trying to fight with villagers. This might not end well. He's saving the villagers, but he's having a lot of economy inefficiency. This is really bad. I would rather be on Lierey's position right now. He's winning time with his militia. DauT's having to run with villagers, while his economy is unscattered, untouched, and just developing. Once again? Really? I don't know why. Maybe the scenes are changing automatically. I will keep the track on this. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen at all. Now it's on AOC. Isn't it? It is. Anyway, by having the Malian bonus and by winning some time, right now Liereyy has 2 archer ranges producing archers, and he also is making the blacksmith, so he will be able to do a fast fletching and having this big weapon that are the archers. DauT is only now booming his farms to go scouts. He has only 2 scouts going forward, one of them with low HP, so I doubt that he's going to have some success in his raidings here. And Liereyy is now adding the Malian spearmen, which can do a good job at defending. Man, this scene is changing. I don't know. Let me pause this. No idea why the scene is changing. Let me see if there's some automatic stuff here. It shouldn't be changing like this. Okay. Advanced. Process, priority, audio mode, device, play, I don't know what's this. Hotkeys, oh my god, no, I don't want hotkeys. Video, nope. Audio, nope. Output, yep. Oh, no. Recording, no. String, general. Okay, automatically checks, nope. Automatically record when streaming, show confirmation dialog, snap resources to the edge, enable, minimize system, snap sources. I don't know, man. I don't know why the scenes are changing automatically. They shouldn't. Did I enable something here? I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. I'm trying to figure out swipe. Configurations here, okay. No, it's me. We'll see. Full screen, Windows, filters, order, remove, duplicate, add. Guys, I have no idea why the scenes are changing. I will try to put on the AOC once again. Oh, here's advanced scene switched, and it's flagged as don't switch. Don't the fuck switch. Yeah. It's flagged to not switch. Anyway, I just closed this. I'm on the AOC. Let's keep the game. And here we are. Liereyy did a good opening against DauT. He used the Drush as a tool to buy time. He's now walling his map to complete on the left. He has a safe wood. His gold is in front of his archery ranges. DauT has only 2, now 3 scouts coming to attack. And Liereyy already has 4 archers hidden in his archery range. The only key for DauT right now, the only option is to go skirmishers, and that's what he's going. He's adding an archery range. He will have to make a few skirmishers in order to defend from those archers. And that's it. Fletching now for Liereyy. Now he has also the spearman. And he's going to attack. He's attacking. DauT starting to make these skirmishers. Only 3 skirmishers right now. This battle can go anyway. The Malian have the armor for the spearman, which make the skirmisher life a bit difficult. Is this live? The games? No, it's not live, man. They were played on the Friday. This is a challenge between DauT and Liereyy, sponsored by Art of Troll. We are on the 4th game, and it's currently 2-1 to DauT. DauT's defending here with the skirmishers. A really good defense. He put the archer range in front of the resources. He makes the skirmishers stand on the hill, and upgraded both fletching and armor, which makes the skirmishers really tanky against the ranged units. Liereyy now trying to add a stable to counter the skirmishers. That's a good option since DauT has 2 archery range, and DauT coming forward. He wants to abuse of these skirmishers to make probably a forward tower. Really aggressive, huh? Let's see how this goes. But there's a big number of archers. I don't know how this will go. Here comes DauT. Tower for Liereyy. With the villagers on the fight, I tend to think that the archers are a bit better. Scouts now repelling DauT, and this was a bad fight for DauT. Lierey's villagers are already here, taking the gold once again. He has a great economy, and he could take a bit of the skirmishers, huh? 2 scouts right now. Oh my god, why this is not, this is switching? I have no idea, man. It was not supposed to switch. Oh, yep, I should. Sorry. Man, I have no idea why this is changing. I will keep changing here to AOC. Can I just, I don't know, move up, add, duplicate, rename, full screen? No, I have no idea why it's changing. It was not doing this, but let's try, and I keep alt-tabbing to check. Anyway, that's a great fight. DauT using the skirmishers here to get the advantage against the archers, trying to make spearmen, using the villagers to attack the scouts. But remember that archers are great to take down the villagers, and that's what Liereyy is doing, taking down spearmen, taking down villagers, doing a good fight here. DauT seems to be in a bad position, but he's still fighting good with skirmisher. This is the classical AOC fight that we have watched for years and years. After years and years, the archers and scouts were supposed to be better, but it seems that the skirmishers of DauT are doing the job. But Liereyy is already going castle and adding more stables, adding a market to fix the economy. With a few knights he can totally wipe this army. So DauT has small time to make any difference here. And he's picking the fights, he's trying. Now Liereyy has the bloodline, but he has no food to make the armor of the knights, and this is important. DauT is coming here to make the tower, a second tower. If Liereyy doesn't defend this, he will be in a bad position, but he's already settling the second build. DauT's really aggressive, really aggressive. Even made the second barracks, he's going full. Liereyy gave up on the archers and is now having a really big struggle because he lost all his farming to this tower, well positioned here. His skirmishers, oh my god, what is changing outside? I have no idea. Just changed it again. And his skirmishers are getting more and more into DauT. Towers being made, towers advancing. This tower is about to reach the... When he was about to reach the gold of Liereyy, Liereyy was able to kill a few villagers with the mangonel and is now fighting back. But Liereyy is at really big pressure here. DauT advancing with the towers. Oh my god, it's changing outside every time, I don't know why. Guys, I will finish this casting on the outside, it seems. It wasn't supposed to go like this. It seems to me that DauT has a great position. Liereyy will have to make a comeback here. DauT is going on Castle Age. Liereyy with the mangonel was able to stop the advancing of the towers, but his knights doesn't have all the upgrades. They are dying to the tower. And once DauT goes Castle, I don't know how he's going to stop DauT knights to do the damage. Maybe with melee cannons, but then DauT comes with pikemen. I don't know. Anyway, DauT's on Castle, keeps attacking. Mangonel attacking. As I said, he's now using the melee cannons. This was kind of expected. DauT's now going for more bloodlines, 3 stables. He's only 1 TC, now going for the second. So the villager advantage is from Liereyy, who was defending, but while doing so he could boom a lot here. And he's in a good position. This might turn into a disable send switcher. Yep. I kind of disabled me, man. It was here. Don't switch. It's on the don't switch. It's the problem is this. No idea. I will finish the casting anyway. I see this after. I'm just going to close the day. Anyway, big fight here between knights and camels. Liereyy defending, and as time goes by, this gets worse for DauT because Liereyy has the economical advantage. The only chance for DauT right now to win this game, in my opinion, is to win a big fight and deny all the gold from Liereyy. But with melees using camels against knights, this sounds like the camels are going to win. DauT DauT with only 2 town centers for now, bringing a castle. This can be a good castle. He was fighting uphill. Ooh, Liereyy is defending. If DauT, oh, a classic. We couldn't end the series before DauT made a DauT castle, eh? Here's the DauT castle. That's a classic, and now Liereyy is defending. Really defending well. 3 to 6. Yep, man, the overlay is not working, sorry. We are going to win with this. Liereyy going Imperial, DauT trying to do the iron casting and pikeman and brands, and this seems like is a game for Liereyy. This totally seems a game for Liereyy. DauT going once again with the knights, with the villagers, trying to go for the castle, losing all the villagers. He made the castle. What now? He's doing boyars, going to attack Liereyy, but Liereyy totally separated this gold here with another castle. He's doing the murder rolls, which can really play a great role, killing the friends with the Giberos. Now the murder rolls are really murdering DauT. But DauT's still attacking. Liereyy going for the 2-rounded swordsmen, which are a great unit for the Malian, especially because of their armor that can resist arrows. He's getting going here from the left side. Stone bank collected here. Second castle attempt for DauT, fighting castle against Imperials, the boyars. The boyars are great, man. With boyars, DauT can put a fight against Liereyy. But Liereyy is getting the gold, he's not having trouble to do so, he's going to dominate this gold on the left, DauT keeps fighting. Liereyy is having a bit of struggle with the economy, but DauT might be having as well. A castle here for DauT to deny this gold. So Liereyy is once again confined to this very last piece of gold, but he's doing the job. Spamming pikemen now, taking away the castles, and DauT's going Imperial. Let's see how he's going to play. Yep, Mr. GPN, the overlay is not working, man. I'm changing the scene to AOC, and it's changing automatically to the outside one. I have no idea why this is happening. This shouldn't be happening, man. This shouldn't be happening. It started to switch automatically to the outside one. DauT's defending with the boyars. He's trying to fight with those. Liereyy attacking with the Giberos. We've had a great attack, but the boyars have great armors. So good attack, good armors. Which one can win? Liereyy economy seems a pretty more solid one. Yep, that's the last fight, and DauT says GG, so it's 2 for DauT, 2 for Liereyy. And to finish the series straight to the point, we have Liereyy here using the Chinese, while we have DauT using the Indians. So I was right, they both banned the Aztecs and the Huns, because those two civilizations, classically for AOC, would never be left as untouchable the option. So they each one chose 6 civilizations, and they each banned the Aztecs and the Huns. Now going straight for the map. Liereyy is with the Chinese is already making a few palisade walls. They are not a really fast civilization, and the Indians can be a fast one due to the bonus of the villagers being cheaper. And as we can see, the scene is changing automatically to the outside for no fucking reason. And I agree with what Leo is just commented, that the archers from the Chinese can be a good option against the camels, especially the Shokunus. It's just good because I'm switching out, tabbing and switching it back. I don't know why this fucking thing is doing this. Anyway, DauT's going for fast scouts, focusing on the game. Liereyy trying to finish the wall, and he did. This is a great wall. These palisades here just make everything to be safe. DauT now is adding an archery range. This seems like a copy of the last game. Liereyy going for archers. And DauT trying to go now for the skirmishers. So I think that with a good map, the Chinese might be better than the Indians. But I would never underestimate the Indians. They are indeed a good civilization. So DauT's now making the skirmishers, Liereyy keep making the archers. I don't know what to say. This will be a copy of the last game. But Liereyy is now adding stables. He has a good number of archers. So maybe if he combines the strength of the crossbows and the knights, he might have a good combo. Yep, Mr. GPN, I was checking it once again and it is disabled, man. I swear to you, it's disabled and it keeps switching the scene. No idea why. I didn't change any setting. Here comes the skirmishers. Oh, and I have a follower. That's nice. Here comes the crossbows. Skirmishers defending. DauT putting 3 town centers now. One protecting the wood, one protecting the gold. But the gold is not fully protected here. Oh man, look at this. Look at this. DauT's actually trying to fend off the crossbows with skirmishers only, but I think that the combination of both crossbows and knights might be stronger here. The economies are a lot alike here. Liereyy is not investing so much, he's focusing more on the military since he upgraded the ballistics, he's upgrading both knights and crossbowmen. Oh, yep, I did. On the menu. Good call, Dragon Star. But let's see. Now with mangonels, Liereyy will be able to put a lot more pressure, man. And I expect this pressure to be enough for DauT to take those skirmishers out and try to fend for himself. He's only now trying to go for the camels. And Liereyy seems to have a good number of crossbowmen. I think that the task of DauT here is to make those crossbow numbers the lesser possible. If they fight right now, this game is from Liereyy. But if DauT take away at least half of those crossbowmen, maybe the camels can do the job. Here comes Liereyy, really aggressive, but DauT is taking a few of the crossbowmen, running with the camels, but he might lose the town center and the goats that are all here on the front. Tumbling, oh my god, tumbling is a deadly bro. I think that DauT, if he doesn't at least win one battle, this game is totally over and it's Lierey's. And I don't see a way of winning a battle. Oh, this is a bad trade. That's a bad trade for Liereyy. Because the skirmishers are doing exactly what they were supposed to do, to diminish the number of the crossbowmen. But now with 4 mangonels, those mangonels can even be used to kill the camels. I don't know. This battle will be really decisive, and I think that the pressure that Liereyy is putting here will make DauT make a wrong move. There's no time for a mangonel to counter the mangonels of Liereyy, I think. The town center is down, this is really bad. Now DauT has all of his gold economy, stop it. He has a few camels here, more camels there. That was a okay shot with the mangonels. Big shot for DauT here taken away, but he lost his mangonel. He's trying to take away the Mangonels, he's trying to fight for his life, but Liereyy even has more villagers, even having one less town center. It's the last fight. I don't know which one of these guys are going to win, but sounds like Liereyy, and Liereyy won the fight. Guys, I don't know, DauT might be running here, trying to get the goal, trying to keep making cannons, but I don't see a way of winning this game after giving all the advantage to Liereyy. And Liereyy has already 76 villagers, he just needs to upgrade the handcart, maybe even stay with 2 TCs if he wants, if he keeps being this aggressive. Town center attempt by DauT, totally blocked by Liereyy. Yeah, it's GG. Liereyy did a really good job here, using the strength of both crossbowmen and knights. This combination is really great against Camel civilizations. And it's over. Well, that's the casting for today. The scene was switching in a really wrong word way here. It was disabled and it kept the, I don't know, switching, but it's over right now. I'm going to stop. So 3-2 for Liereyy after getting, after being, I don't know, losing to DauT by 2-0. It was a great show of strength and resilience by his part. He also did great jobs on the 2 last games in my opinion, but the Mongol game is a masterpiece because in my opinion he was down 2-0 fighting the Mongols using the Berbers. He was on a really bad spot. So 3-2 for Liereyy and he won the series. Sorry for the problems with the scenes, it was bad. No idea why this started. I hope it doesn't keep here. I will take a look on the settings once again, but if you check the tools, the automatic send switcher is tagged as don't switch. Don't fucking switch. So it shouldn't be switching. I will take a look later on if there are any hotkeys or anything switching. F9, I doesn't even have this button. I don't know why it was changing it. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed the series, and I had the Mongol game really surprised me, and the abuse of army from Liereyy on the last one was really a great play. I feel like the Indians are not a top tier civilization. Liereyy totally countered them. The camels are good, but they are not great. So points to Liereyy. He won against DauT after losing 2-0 and having the worst pick possible to fight Berbers. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will be around more often from today. See you.